Raw is a very bad television show, and it seems like you're being actively punished for watching it. It seems to me that the WWE is probably getting money from the NFL to purposefully put on the worst episodes of Monday Night Raw to force you to watch football. And it seems to me that I almost got to the point where I was willing to watch the Cleveland Browns play football rather than watch Raw. And you already know what happened. The moment Natalya came out on that screen, this show, as a matter of fact, was over, as far as I'm concerned. The moment Natalya came out there as a secret opponent, this show, for me, was over, and there was nothing you could do that was going to be able to pull it back. So, this episode of Raw is absolutely dreadful. Dreadful. It was so damn boring. This was a boring show. Nothing happened on this show. It's ridiculous. Triple H is booking Monday Night Raw, especially Monday Night Raw, almost the exact same way Tony Khan books AEW. Oh, you got a bunch of Ring of Honor champions all over the place on AEW. Have a bunch of NXT champions running around everywhere on the main roster of Raw. They're losing matches in short amounts of time, too, by the way, which completely devalues that title. Not only did they beat Carmelo Hayes on television, what was it, about a month or so ago? They did that. They had him get pinned by Finn Balor in a nothing match on Raw. Now they have Dominic Mysterio lose a nothing match to Cody Rhodes on Raw in less than 5 minutes. You had Ivar wrestle on this show for goddamn 10-15 minutes, but Dominic Mysterio loses in 5 minutes. This is ridiculous. It's a stupid show. This is a stupid show. It's dumb. Oh, Jey Russo's going to join Judgment Day. No, he's not. And everybody knew he wasn't going to join Judgment Day. Why would he? What was the incentive? There was no incentive for him to join Judgment Day in the first place. All of this, Kevin Owens, why don't you go join Judgment Day? Why don't you go join Judgment Day, eh? Get the hell out of here. Nobody buys that crap. You know? Like this sucks. It sucks. This is not anything that's going to get anybody to watch this show, especially not watch 3 hours of this show. They keep using the same people over and over and over. I'm so damn tired of Judgment Day. They're so overexposed. That's why I'm glad Nia Jax is back. At least she was gone for a while. You see goddamn Judgment Day every week in the same matches, interacting with the same people, with the same outcomes every week. And it's been going on all summer. This is ridiculous, bro. I don't even want to talk about this show, if we're being honest. It's nothing to talk about. There's nothing on this show worth talking about. Shinsuke Nakamura wrestled Ricochet. You ain't never seen that one before, except for 2 weeks ago when it happened. Oh, but this time Ricochet hit Nakamura with a chair. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's different. I guess it's a whole new, all different. It's not. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. Oh, it's a disqualification. They have a long match that ended in disqualification. Thank you very much for that. Oh, we're going to have Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. They're going to team up with the incredibly charismatic team of Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. What? Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler have the charisma of a roll of Tums. These people are chalk personalities. Why in the hell would I care about them? At least Chelsea Green is funny. I'll give her credit. At least she's funny. You know, her saying that Piper Niven was from Florida was entertaining. All right, that was funny. We could have gotten more of her. That would have been fine. But instead, they put her in a nothing match just for all of them to get beat up by Nia Jax, which is fine with me. I don't care about Nia Jax beating them all up. What I don't like is that they changed Nia Jax's theme song. Apparently, it's something completely different now. It is what it is. It just is what it is. I mean, just nothing on this show is worth spending too much time on. I can't believe they actually spent the whole night putting over some NXT championship match and it ended up being Natalya. What a joke. Okay, so Chad Gable, still in the hunt for the Intercontinental title. He wrestles Bronson Reed, loses. Clean, by the way. So they're kind of doing what I said they was going to do. They're moving him to the side. It's not really that they're bringing Bronson Reed up as much as they're just forcing Chad Gable to earn it a little bit more. Meanwhile, Tommaso Ciampa beats Giovanni Vinci, so they're moving him now to be the guy that wrestles Gunther. He even cut a promo saying that he has been patiently waiting for a spot, patiently waiting for an opportunity, but it's time to stop waiting. You got to go seize the day, carpe diem, as they say. And he tapped out Giovanni Vinci. They're still telling this story with Vinci being the weak link of Imperium. Gunther was watching. Kaiser chewed out Vinci after the match. Okay, that part, Ciampa and Gunther is interesting to me. But what you surround it with garbage, I just don't have any interest in this. It's hard for me to care about anything else on this show. Okay? Ciampa and Gunther is the only thing on this show I care about. Chad Gable losing to Bronson Reed is interesting. You're now trying to get invested into his story, because he wants to be the Intercontinental Champion, but he failed his first test. So now he's got to find a way to work through it. But everything else on this show is a criminal act. You going to tell me I have to sit here and watch Ivar versus Kofi Kingston? This is a crime. Kofi Kingston is a world champion. He should have beat this fool in 4 minutes and called it a day. The guy's a tag team wrestler. Why are you putting so much time into that? What are they? I don't even know what they're fighting for, and I don't care. Oh, they hit Xavier Woods with a chair. That was Drew McIntyre that hit him with the chair, not the Viking Raiders. And I'm tired of looking at the goddamn Viking Raiders. I mean, they really had Natalya as a person to challenge for the NXT Women's title. They really did that. Bruh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. So, I think I touched on pretty much everything already so far. There's just nothing to talk about. I'm not going in detail with this crap. Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre. Jey Uso makes his decision. He's not joining Judgment Day. Oh, are you surprised? I'm not. Why even entertain this horse shit? Sometimes you can tell a story that may even begin in a way that kind of makes sense, but you gotta know that people already know the ending. Everybody knows Jey Uso is not joining Judgment Day. So we could have done this in a much quicker amount of time, or at least created some kind of incentive for him to join the Judgment Day, where they were going to offer him something that he couldn't get on his own, or, something to that effect. There was no reason other than, we're your family. We want to be your real family. Ain't no leaders over here, bruh. Hasta bien. Like, what? Come on, man. Who cares? ¿Qué pasa? Hey, nobody cares about this crap, man. Nobody thought this guy was going to join that team. And then the main event of the evening is Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre, a match for no reason. Because Drew McIntyre he's still in his feelings about the epic beating with chairs that he got at Clash at the Castle. I mean, at the very least, it's a good reason to be mad at somebody. He whipped your ass with a bunch of chairs. That's a good reason to be mad at him. The whole Jey Uso is causing tension backstage. That part is fine. But they going about it all the wrong way. All the wrong way. Kevin Owens, who I absolutely can't stand, his jowls is always flapping. He's always talking too fast. He's always the smartest guy in the room. He's the only one with a long memory. Everybody else is an idiot. It's ridiculous, man. I can't stand that shit. It's dumb. Okay? Cody being a gullible babyface. I think he deserves a second chance. I like second chances. Don't you like second chances? Everybody likes second chances. Like, come on, Cody. It's my job to make people happy. Smiles on faces. What the hell are you talking about? They spent 10 minutes on Ivar, man. This shit was a commercial for Monday Night Football, bro. I have no interest in watching the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I would rather watch that. Because your only other option is to check goddamn notes, the 45th Shinsuke Nakamura versus Ricochet match. Why do I care about this? Why do I care about this? Or they brought Natalya back out. I mean, bro, look, this time y'all gonna have to give me a pass on this one. Raw was just so bad. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. We're done. We're done here. So we're gonna move on to news and notes because we're gonna do a shorter episode here. Kevin Nash. Very interesting. I would save this for SmackDown because LA Knight's on SmackDown, but because Raw is such an abysmal show, let's talk about it right here. Kevin Nash and his epic hatred of LA Knight. Where does it come from? Why does he have a hatred of LA Knight? I have no idea. But let's talk about something that he put out there into the universe. That he allegedly has been talking about LA Knight's contract with Triple H, which is incredibly unprofessional. So, Kevin Nash says, quote, "It took him 29 years to get over. So he's going to make mistakes along the way because he wasn't like he had any kind of clear-cut pattern or plans to make it. Besides, he just figured The Rock and Steve have been gone long enough that he would just do their shit. I see where he's up for a new contract. So I called Triple H. I said, what's the deal with this? Because earlier it said, negotiations are going great, and all of a sudden it seemed like there was a hitch. Paul told me, he goes, I didn't understand why this kid, and I use the term lightly. I said, what do you mean? He goes, kid, the guy is my age. I said, I don't think he's quite your age. He's pretty damn close. He's a fucking hater. He's a hater. He said, I don't think he's quite your age. He's pretty damn close. I said, are you more worried about the fact that his fan appeal will recede as fast as his hairline is? Is that something? Is that something you're worried about? Oh my God. He said, it's bad enough, like I said, unless you're just a knob gobbler, there's no way you would pick those sunglasses as a pair of sunglasses that you would wear. Paul says, we're so far apart because the only way I'll sign this guy is on the Nostalgia Act. I said, you mean like Beyond the Legends? He goes, yeah. Well, he's doing their shit. I can't give him the same pay as the guys who are out there doing original shit. Wow. I would imagine this whole conversation is fictitious. I would imagine this is not a real conversation that was had between Triple H and Kevin Nash. But even if it's not, the entire concept is fucking hilarious. And all of this because LA Knight made just a little jab at Kevin Nash. It's like, come on, brother. I think that they're ribbing him. I don't think it's serious. But there's some people out there that are pretty offended. Like, oh my God, Triple H is talking about his contract with Kevin Nash. Like, look, Triple H is a professional. He's been doing this a long time. And even if he was, Nash isn't dumb enough to go on a podcast and talk about it. It's clearly a work. It's not serious, bro. It's not serious. So, it was humorous. I don't think it was real, though. I think he's just kind of planted some seeds and LA Knight's going to go out there and maybe get a chance to respond. But it's going to be funny. It's been fun, you know. I don't take this stuff too seriously. Unless it starts to affect LA Knight on television, I wouldn't take it too seriously, personally. But it was funny. All right, Monday Night Raw once again consisted of Seth Rollins doing LGBT things like wearing women's clothes, Shinsuke Nakamura still being mysterious and dangerous, and Ricochet still embarrassing his girlfriend, who has to constantly announce other people as the winner of the match while he does the JOB. More of the same. More Viking Raiders, more Alpha Academy, more Judgment Day. Oh, just more of the same. Just the same shit you saw last week. Same shit you saw this week. You know, what's more Natalia? That's all. Just 100% more Natalia. I'm telling you, Triple H is definitely booking Raw like Tony Khan books AEW. It's just random matches, sometimes even rematches. And then they're using, you're not sure if there's a push for Ring of Honor when these guys are featured on the show, only for them to lose and get beat up and get made to look stupid. It's the same thing with NXT. You know, they did a huge number because Becky Lynch was on the show. And apparently her match almost did 1 million viewers. So people were interested in what Becky Lynch was doing. And then they followed that up with Natalia, who was one of the most uninteresting people that they could have ever put in the ring. Of all of the people, you chose Natalia. You literally could have slipped on a banana peel and fell on top of somebody who is more box office than Natalia. Come on. You just disrespected me now. You mean you got all these women on this roster? It's like 100 women on this job between the NXT and the main roster, and you couldn't find anybody other than Natalia? What was it? Everybody's on their period? Did everybody have like a sprained eyelash or something like that? And they could. There had to be some reason why Natalia was the only one there. Had to be some reason. There's got to be some major malfunction where the goddamn Viking Raiders get 15 minutes per show. Whose contract? Who has the stroke, as Jeff Jarrett used to say, that Judgment Day gets to eat up so much time on television? None of this makes sense to me. I'm legit just floored that Raw is so bad. When SmackDown is actually not so bad, and NXT is actually good. And Raw is routinely dreadful. And they just did like the worst number, the second worst number of all time last week, right? They did something like that, right? It was like 1.2 million viewers or something like that. Impact numbers. Well, TNA numbers. I won't say Impact. Nobody's doing Impact numbers. Except New Japan, which is doing lower than Impact numbers. But they're getting 2010 TNA numbers. And their answer to that is, needs more Natalia. Sprinkle a little bit more Viking Raiders on the show. It's like, bro, this company was so hot that they were able to sell tickets to shows weeks in advance. And, you know, they're talking about these new free agents and all this kind of stuff flopping around. And this is the kind of product that they're giving you. There's nothing going to kill the buzz for this product more than what you're doing right now. Because there's nothing to look forward to. Okay? There's literally nothing to look forward to. If you're just not a wrestling, let's say you're on the fence about watching Raw in the future. You're on the fence about watching Raw next week. What happened on this show that makes you want to watch Raw next week? Nothing. You know, there's literally nothing. 2 weeks ago, somebody got their head caved in on NXT. You know? And we were like, damn, I wonder what's going to happen this week. Is that guy dead? Is he alive? Is he okay? The next week, Becky Lynch comes down to NXT, wins the NXT Women's title, and we're like, damn. What next for the NXT Women's division? That could be interesting. Monday Night Raw, the Judgment Day tried and failed to jump somebody again. The next week, they try and jump somebody again, and they fail. They try to jump somebody in again, and they fail. The Viking Raiders talk about how, you know, it's time to ride the wave or burn the ships or whatever the Vikings do, and they fail. And thank you! He fails. He loses. And then occasional random mid-card match happens. New Day comes out there. They're boring. Jey Uso is stumbling around there. He's brand new. Okay. Cody's smiling all the time. He's disingenuous and fake. Sami Zayn is out there. He looks like a wizard from, Dungeons and Dragons or something like that, like some kind of ogre or a troll or something like that. And Bam Bam Owens, fat as fuck in a t-shirt, talking super fast. I don't understand what's going on with this product and why is it this way. They're going to kill their buzz with how bad and unwatchable Monday Night Raw is. SmackDown is skyrocketing, and they're talking about canceling SmackDown, despite the fact that it's skyrocketing in interest. And Raw's just teeter-tottering along, getting lower viewers than ever, and everybody's just kind of like, yeah, good Raw, solid Raw. I liked it. I enjoyed the show. Really good matches this week. Like, so you was really invested in Ivar versus Kofi Kingston, were you? What a joke. You're not a real person. Nobody who's a real person put a lot of effort and time into any of these fucking rematches that was on this show. Or the main event, which, why did I have to wait 3 hours for that? I had to wait 3 hours for a babyface versus babyface match so that Drew McIntyre can tease being a heel. Get out of here, man. This show blows. I'm sorry. I got no more left. I refuse to give this. I'm going to give this show the respect it deserves. Fuck this show. Thank you all. And have a good night. Have a good day.